This is Neil Cox with IndyChristian.tv. Today we have a special honor guest in our city, Daniel Johnson with the Truth Group. Daniel, what's all this?
What's all this? It's a mission trip called Coast to Coast for Christ. And so I am hiking from the top of Maine at the border of Canada all the way to the bottom of California to the border of Mexico. So coast to coast. Just preaching the gospel and surviving. So with the one main message that Jesus is the only way. And so just trying to proclaim that to anybody who speaks English that can understand what I'm saying.
All right. And what spurred this?
Well, you know, you get bored. Yeah. Let's see, I saw some guy getting a lot of attention walking across the country several years ago, and he had no purpose. He had no cause, no message or anything, and so he was just walking. And I thought, well, man, it'd be great if he knew the gospel. He could preach. You know, it's a great pedestal that he's getting with all this media attention and stuff. And I thought, well, somebody needs to be doing that for the cause of Christ. And so the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I'm not doing it either. And so maybe I should be doing it. And so I have no wife, I have no kids, I have no real boss to answer to, so I have no excuses to not do it. So here I am in Indiana, my 15th state of the trip, and all total I'll go through about 26 until I get to the border of Mexico and right there at the ocean. So I'll drop my pack and walk into the ocean and relax for a long time.
Okay,
yeah.
So you started in Maine, and how many miles is this going to be by the time you get done?
Oh, that's a good question. It'll be over 3,000 pretty easy. I don't know how many for sure. I'll have to map it out someday and look at where I've been and where I'm going to go. And of course, where I'm going to go is all theoretical. You never know until you actually.
Yeah, where are you going to go, Daniel?
Well, right now I'm headed west on Route 50 to St. Louis. Yeah. And then from there I'll get on the old Route 66 and follow that the rest of the way.
All right.
And so.
Well, and hey, what have you learned so far?
What have I learned? I've learned that there's a lot of lost people in the world, and there's a lot of found people in the world, and that's kind of it, really. Even the found people still struggle with certain things, and the lost people certainly struggle with things, and we know that there's one Creator, and there's one God, and we're all in the same boat, and so we need a Savior, and that's the point. We all need to get to that Savior, or we need to realize who that Savior is and what He's done for us, and receive that salvation, and get right with God. Of course, that is getting saved. Of course, then you have all the terminology: getting saved, born again, Spirit-filled. It's all the same thing, but of course, different people want to make those different things depending on who you ask. But if you just read the Bible, it's all right there. Yeah. Truth is pretty simple.
Okay. Well, I understand you hiked through Cincinnati as you came through Ohio. You got to Cincinnati, and tell us about the Creation Museum there.
Oh, the Creation Museum, yeah. Well, I walked into Cincinnati on the east side on the day that the Bengals figured out how to lose to the Jets. And so now I'm in Indianapolis Colt territory, and so I don't know if that's bad news for the Colts. But it didn't work out for my Cowboys, I'll tell you that. They found a way to choke. But I went to the Creation Museum this past week, and they hosted me there for a couple of days, and I spoke to their staff and stuff, and that was fun. Because I'm a big fan of creation ministry stuff. I dabble in that as well. Do video production, and of course, if you've seen my YouTube channel, you'll see some of the creation-oriented videos and things like that I post.
Yeah, hey, give us a plug. Where can people find your YouTube channel?
They can go directly to thetruthgroup.com, TheTruthgroup.com, and from there they can link onto the YouTube channel and Facebook and MySpace and Twitter and all the cool hip stuff that the kids are doing these days.
Yeah, and on Twitter in particular, you are known as the Truth Group.
The Truth Group.
Okay. So, hey, we're gonna go in here in a moment and have some fun at the cafe. But quick, tell us about Hoosier hospitality so far. Have you found it to be hospitable once you entered into our fine state?
Actually, I have. Yes. Actually, as soon as I walked into Indiana, when I came in across the border, people were immediately friendly. And so that first day in Indiana, it was really difficult to walk because I had so many people pull over and try to give me rides. And I'm not exaggerating. It was like right when I got over the border. Yeah. Suddenly everybody's pulling over going, "What are you doing? You need a ride? You need a place to stay?" And I already had a place to stay that I was going to. I was like, man, I wish this was happening every day. This would be a lot easier to survive.
Alrighty, well, hey, let's go into the Unleavened Bread Cafe and see what's going on there. Absolutely, pancakes for me.
got another one for me? Yep.
So you can get on the website and check out the videos, vlogs, and stuff. I'm walking across America.
What's he doing?
So I heard that your food was so good, I walked all the way here from Canada.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that though.
No. All right, you do it like I said.